So I'm gonna go ahead and say it. I ain't never had no gray woman before. And I'm gonna tell you, frankly, they are sexy. They are sexy. It's like, it's easy to overlook them. Now, I'm gonna say this, and I might be totally wrong, but Aklemia was a gray. Labuda was not a gray. The gray women, like I say, there were no women on this planet Earth until the sons of God came, but they were preceded by their sisters. The sons of God, when they say the sons of God, they're talking about Alma or the Almond, who is the Almond or Alma in Revelation 3:14. He had four sets of twins, fraternal, which means they were male and female, a woman, and a boy and a girl. Gemini, the lovers, and they would be just that, lovers, husband and wife, brother and sister, and they were of what's called the Ogdod. And so the brothers came down first before the, you know what I'm saying? Well, the brothers came, but I think the women came first. Came as an ejaculation. They didn't want to come for each other. It was almost like, because the men were, they were damn near evenly matched, but because of that, no one, the wife didn't want to concede to the husband, and he didn't want to concede to her in terms of sexual dominance. You know, he didn't want to relinquish, like saying, I'm going to be dominant. And these were the women that wanted to be on top. Like saying that, you know, they were like, yo, I'm going to get it the way I want it. Like saying that, if you want me to get a nut, then let me get it the way I want to get it. He's like, well, if I let you get it the way you want to get it on top, then you'll take credit for it. He's like, my sexual dominance over you is in that I was in control, and the way that I did it and moved it made you get it. Like saying that they had tried it before, and she was like, well, if I'm on top riding, then I indeed did nut by your penis, but it was at my own behest and my own movement. So she claims sovereignty over the way she nutted, and she gave him no credit. So that's why you hear the story. It says Adam, that's Atum, the wife whose wife was Lilith, Atum. You know what I'm saying? Who was basically Inky. And I'm trying to find out where he falls in line with the Ogdod, because it's like these are cosmic stories that are, the stories are intact, but there's no chronological order. But when you start getting certain pieces and details, then you can put them together, and then that unlocks even more information. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, but them gray women, they sexy. And I think about the women I've been with. I've never been with a gray woman before, and these women were like, you know, the ones that have the white part of the eye. But never I've been with a pupil dominant woman. But I realized that, you know, with the women that have the white part of the eye, there's something about, like I say, my mentality, I'm saying, like, you know, those are masochistic. They're masochistic to a certain degree. You know, not really. No, I wouldn't say that. No, I wouldn't. Because it's 2/3. I remember my daughter told me, she said 2/3 of the house of Israel will fall away. And with your eye, you got it's the three parts. It's the pupil. It's the pupil in the middle, the dark dot, the iris, and then the white sclera. 2/3 will fall away. So what that mean? Like, when you ever see animals, you don't see the sclera. You don't usually see the sclera of animal's eye. All you see is the pupil and the iris. Like, the eyes closed like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, any part that shows the white, their eyes are closed. Like, take like a hawk or something, or a lizard or any kind of bird. You know what I'm saying? Their eyes, you don't see the white part. And it's not because they don't have it, but you know what I'm saying? Just thinking about, you know, animals, anything. But so my mentality is more so like, and then the sex wore off with them. It was like, and women can do that. A woman can make herself unavailable to you in the way that you want her to be, and she'll know it. And she's like, I'm gonna do this right here to turn him off, to let him know I'm not interested. And then, you know what I'm saying, she'll do certain shit, and then it'll end up being where you like, she don't want to have sex no more. And at that point in time, that's when, you know, I mean, I didn't know then, but I know now. I'm like, yo, it's over then. So my resolution, like, Aaliyah, we need a resolution, is to never let it go that far. Never let it go that far. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I've been married. And even in that instance, it's like, you know, it can go too far. It can go there, and that's too far. You know, and I don't know how to come back from that. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I don't know how to come back from that in terms of, you know what I'm saying? Like, once I've been turned off, once I've been shut down and turned off, then that's it, you know? But I will say this though, man. As far as whatever it would take to bring me back sexually, like, you know, Osiris, he died. You know, he was just really not interested in sex initially. and then Netflix got them drunk, that wouldn't be me. But a similar situation happened where a person who I love, a woman who I love, she gravitated more towards this drunk guy who liked to get drunk. And we established the fact that I didn't have any kind of smell. She was like, you don't stink. She told me, we talked about it. She was like, you don't have any male pheromone to turn me on. You don't stink. Like, you don't, you know what I'm saying? I guess, he would be a little funky, and she was like, ooh, that turned me on. Because I've heard that, like a man's musty armpits. Because, it's the same with me. Like, a woman that way, I'm like, yo, if she got a little smell to her, I'm like, I'm going to sniff you out. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of what, I've never really had. I've never really had that. I've never really had a woman with a pheromone. It's gonna be clean, and I'm really under the auspiciousness to think that I'm suspicious to think that when women clean themselves real good and they don't let themselves just be a little, natural. Not saying don't do nothing. It's a middle ground. But I think when they can't be natural, it's because there's something going on where it's like, they gotta always keep some kind of our bodies are temples, and we're always being attacked by bacteria, viruses, and funguses and things like that. And so sometimes when we come in contact with shit, but I was never around, because like I said, one time I smelled, I was in this place, I ain't gonna say where it was, but every time I would go past a certain area, I would smell cookies. But it wasn't cookies. I knew what it was. It was vagina. And it wasn't no perfume. It was real warm, deep ass pheromone. I'm like, the pussy smell like cookies. I'm like, God damn. And I never came across who it was, and I'm glad. Because I would hate to be walking around trying to find a profile of that person like, I met a woman like that smelled like cookies. So in my mind, it's like, I'm trying to find women like that. Like, I'm like, goddamn, Woody Harrelson trying to find the last goddamn Twinkie truck. I'm trying to find the Twinkie truck and put some cream in the middle of her shit. You know what I'm saying? Put my vanilla grand finale within her hostess kicks, and put my ding dong in her ho ho. Put my hostess ding dong in her hostess ho ho. Peace, peace.